Welcome to Operation LionClaws 15. It was the nation's first large-scale airsoft military simulation game.
When you learn your airsoft history, LionClaws is the legacy. Like, sure, there's a ton of new stuff going on, but this is a double-digit LionClaws. Like, this guy, John Liu, he made large-scale milsim ops happen.
In 15 years, it has grown from a local California-based game, starting with a meager 85 players, to a nationwide phenomenon consisting of thousands of enthusiasts.
This is actually my 11th LionClaws in a row. I come here every year because it is a great experience. It's home to me. These are my boys coming out for the first time. This is Jacob, and this is Nathan over here. So my 11th time, their first time.
I'm 19. I've never done, Operation LionClaws before. We chose LionClaws because just everyone talks about it. Everyone gives it such good reviews, and everyone always leaves and end up having a good time. I've never heard bad reviews about a LionClaws event. It's awesome. So we needed to come see what all the hype is about.
Came down from Seattle, Washington. I work for Amazon, and I'm here with my boyfriend who's been doing this for 11 years. So he dragged me into it, but an amazing story is my brother is actually a graduate from the Naval Academy, and my father was a U.S. Marine drill sergeant and U.S. Recon, Charlie Company in Vietnam. Love seeing everyone out here just enjoying it and celebrating the military this weekend.
I come from Utah. I brought 16 guys, the tank, vehicles, we save our pennies, put in our PTO at the workplace, and make sure that we get down here for the John Liu events. I mean, where else are you gonna fight with Delta Force operators, Colonel McKnight, Mad Max, Crazy Mullen, Ranger Hall of Fame. I mean, these guys will work with you. You can learn from them. If you're on the fence about a John Liu event, or I would say just get off the fence and just come out here and fight, play everywhere. It's airsoft, right? Get out of the drama, bro. Hashtag drama free.
Hashtag drama free.
Word.
Hey, I'm John with G&G. I hail from the East Coast. This is my first LionClaws event. Big reason why I wanted to come out because it's Colonel's last event, last LC event. I've always met him at all the Irenes. He's a super cool guy, so I wanted to make sure I made it to his last event out here at LC. And awesome enough, it's my first LC, so it'll be definitely a memory that I'll cherish.
LionClaws started around the sport of airsoft, but the relationships and friendships made over the years are timeless. It has evolved into a family of sorts. Join us as we take a look at the origins of the LionClaws series. We'll hit the field to witness some of the highlights of this year's LionClaws ops. We'll say goodbye to the U.S. Army Ranger Colonel that started it all.
It's emotional. It really is.
And we'll welcome a new VIP to the LionClaws lineup.
You guys are committed to your sport, so I'm going to commit to your sport. It's my sport.
It's about people. This LionClaws phenomenon, this series is really about people. And it showed this weekend.
And it all began because a U.S. Army Ranger Colonel decided to take a chance 15 years ago and say one word: yes. The story of LionClaws begins now.
Welcome to Operation LionClaws, the largest military simulation airsoft game of its kind. I put on Operation LionClaws because it's about time somebody takes the sport of airsoft to another level.
Hi, this is John Liu, the creator of Operation LionClaws military simulation series. And when I started this thing 15 years ago, believe me, it started as a dare by a couple friends and supported by some even greater friends. I honestly never thought it would last this long and expand this far. It's been a privilege to be able to share this with tens of thousands of airsoft players out there, even international players. And all this is possible because of my dear friends. When people approach me and said, well, since John, since you met Colonel McKnight once, why don't you contact Colonel McKnight about doing an airsoft event?
It's my honor and pleasure to introduce you to real-life Colonel Danny McKnight.
I've never played airsoft before, never played paintball, so that part of it's a new experience to me.
Paintball field in Bakersfield, California. And as he mentioned earlier, a guy named Ken Miller was there. and it was his team that decided against mine.
Unfortunately for him, I've had the upper hand mainly because I've just had a real good group of people to take care of me and work with.
We shot a lot of people on the other side, and then took a real blanketing when they found out where we were.
And in all honesty, I kicked his butt. You know, it was a lot of fun. And that's where it really started. And who would have ever thought? Here we are, 15 years later.
Yeah, I started that in 2001. And then I hooked up with him and doing the first LionClaws and stuff. A lot of good memories. My son grew up doing airsoft. He's now in the Army and deployed to Afghanistan on a second employment right now. Just got there. So my little hero.
I've seen fathers with sons and daughters out here. I've seen young couples out here, some of which are married now and some of which have kids. And you know, when I think about what makes it special, it's the people. And when you can go from something that had 82 to having over 400 this year, and we've had over 500 before.
685 was the most we had out here.
When I see mom and dad's out, their kids are out, that's what it's about, because we need to do more of that. And I thank John for coming up with the idea, and these two guys on my right and left, they've made it unbelievably special just by being with them.
It's hard to believe 15 years, my God. And to see it go from the West Coast to the Texas, to the East Coast, and participators from Brazil, China. It's been a wild ride, exciting ride.
LionClaws 1 t-shirt. I don't know why I saved it all the years, but I'm glad I did, because I wanted to wear it today, because it has been an amazing 15-year journey for me with y'all. That's why I did this for 15 years, all of you. It has been one of my greatest pleasures and privileges, because there's so many of you that wore the uniform as I did, as Max did, and you know, others here wore it proudly. And when you think about that, I'm sure most every one of us here can think for a moment and remember somebody that made the ultimate sacrifice. It's a great weekend, but it's about remembering the sacrifice of those men and women that have gone before us. And they're resting somewhere, whether it's Arlington National Cemetery or a cemetery in their community. Make sure we remember that. God bless you, and God bless America.